What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Now, as you can see up on the screen, we have the Team Liquid team that we saw this past weekend for all 3 games. We have a lot of the faces that are very, very familiar for Team Liquid, for their fans, dating back to Spring Split. We've got Santorin, Jensen, Tactical, Core JJ, and then all the way on the left, we have Mr. Jenkins, who just finished up his first full weekend in the LCS. Obviously, last week, Alphari played the first game. Jenkins came in. All this craziness has ensued. And it's really been a whole mess in a ton of different ways. Figuring out who was going to be playing in the top lane for Team Liquid. What they were going to do with their Academy team. Was Alphari going to play Academy? Was Jenkins going to continue to play all of the games? Were they going to get a new Academy top laner? And then how long is this going to last? When's it going to be playing out? All that stuff. And we've started to figure out some more answers. We're starting to figure out some more pieces to the puzzle every single day, every single week. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Definitely make sure you guys do drop a like on this one. I would appreciate it a ton. Really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Our videos that get more likes just perform better. They get shown to more people. They just do better overall. So it'd be absolutely awesome if you could do that real quick and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, here we go. So far, so good, I would say, as far as the Team Liquid, Jenkins experiment has been going this past weekend. They ended up 2-1. They had a win against Team Dignitas, where Jenkins went 1-1-7 on Gangplank. Nothing too bad there. They did lose to Evil Geniuses, which probably isn't the best loss in the world. Jenkins 5-6-5. He didn't do amazing, but it wasn't necessarily his fault that they lost either. And then a big win against Immortals, where Immortals hasn't been great wasn't really great in the spring, but they've been a little bit stronger in the summer. And for Jenkins to have a 5-0-2 game on Akali, where he can show, he can play some aggressive picks, he can play all different styles. He's playing the weak side Gangplank, he's playing the more aggressive, strong-sided Akali, is really, really good. And overall, things have been going well. But again, Team Liquid, even though they claim, the meme is that Jat's like, oh yeah, we were planning on this for like a month or a couple of weeks or whatever. Even though they claim that they were preparing for a potential benching of Alphari, that they were getting ready or whatever, it seems like they didn't have the whole plan in order. Because something that I took issue with, and a lot of other people did too on YouTube, in my comments, on Twitter, everything, was that Team Liquid had one top laner. Alphari did not go down and play Academy. Alphari was just sitting out. Alphari was just stowed away. Obviously, maybe the truth is that he was having some personal issues, maybe having some attitude issues, behavior issues, gameplay issues. We don't know. Team Liquid said a little bit of everything, and still no one knows the truth. But what ended up happening is that they had one man. Mr. Jenkins was playing LCS Academy. He was scrimming with the LCS team, I would assume also. You'd think you'd have to. The LCS team is still going to scrim. Who are they going to play with in top lane? And then there was still the Academy team scrims. Who's been scrimming with the Academy team? What has been going on? I don't know. It was a whole mess. But for an Academy salary, Jenkins was playing on 2 different teams, scrimming on at least one of those teams. And while he was playing Academy games, he was taking away scrim time from the LCS team. It was this whole just absolute mess. And again, Team Liquid can claim that they've been preparing for this for weeks or a month or whatever. But the truth of the reality is they were not prepared at all for this to happen. And it was a nasty, nasty situation. I can't imagine, Jenkins having to play that many competitive games and still practice. And then the LCS team not having their starting top laner to scrim with some of the time, not being able to even practice as a team. This has been a really, really crazy situation. The fact that Team Liquid is 3-3 2 weeks in the LCS, I think is a huge major win. And when we take a look at the standings overall, yes, they are currently 4th place in the LCS, but they are just 1 game back of TS700 Thieves. They are just 2 games back of Cloud9. And again, with everything that happened so far, that is that's a big accomplishment, in my opinion. I think Team Liquid is a very, very talented team. I think, yes, they've been in the middle of some turmoil. They are probably poorly coached. They're probably poorly managed. But still, talent is a lot of League of Legends. It's a lot of esports. It's a lot of competitive gaming right now, and they definitely have a lot of that. But the big news coming out today, this was 15 hours ago, so maybe this was like yesterday late at night, I don't know, I saw it today, was that Team Liquid LOL tweeted out, "We are excited to welcome Dokla to Team Liquid Academy." Dokla has amazing stage experience from his time with Optic. We've seen him in the LCS before. He has played at the very highest level. He has built-in synergy with Armeo and Tactical, and showed up big on Wildcard GG. Cheer on Dokla and Team Liquid Academy at his debut this Wednesday. So again, I believe we are still 2 weeks, at minimum 2 weeks away from seeing Alphari again. I believe they said he's going to be, they're shutting him down for the entire month of June. And today's June 16th, so it seems like 2 more weeks. We might see him back at the first weekend of July. That's if everything goes well. Again, if he's having personal issues, attitude issues, behavioral issues, and gameplay issues, maybe this is something we can get fixed in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and hopefully we can. I hope for Alphari and for Team Liquid and for the LCS as a whole that situation gets straightened out. The LCS, Team Liquid, everything is better with Alphari in it, obviously. But who knows exactly what's going to happen. Hopefully he's back in 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Team Liquid doesn't know. Alphari probably doesn't even know. But what Team Liquid has now is they have enough top laners to field their 2 teams. They have enough top laners for their entire obligations. Not only can Jenkins now focus on LCS, he can focus on scrimming, synergizing, practicing, preparing with his LCS teammates. He can practice and focus on giving his very best performance in the LCS that he can, which is what Team Liquid needs. Again, they're 4th place in the LCS right now. The top 3 teams make it to Worlds, so they have some work to do. Yes, the regular season doesn't matter, but again, just based off the standings right now, Team Liquid is a borderline Worlds team. This team needs to continue to develop and get better. And then for Jenkins himself, Team Liquid is doing a disservice to him if they are setting him up in a situation where he's not going to look his absolute best in the LCS, because maybe Jenkins is the Team Liquid top laner of the future, but maybe he's not. Maybe this is Jenkins getting his opportunity to audition to the 9 other LCS teams. Maybe Team Liquid thinks Alphari's their top laner of the future. Maybe they want to go import somebody else in, who knows. But again, Jenkins is getting an audition for the other teams for the rest of his career to maybe go get a big payday, whatever. If Team Liquid believes Jenkins is all that good, they should be setting up for every opportunity of success, not only to help them get more wins in this regular season right now, but again, to help him for the rest of his future, which would also be helping Team Liquid, because if Jenkins continues to look pretty solid, if he continues to have some good games and even gets better over the next week or 2 or however long, he could potentially be sold off for a solid amount of money. And again, Team Liquid, we know, is a team that likes to spend. They like to go get big imports. They like to go get big names. And if Jenkins can be put in that position to succeed and look like a beast, that could potentially make a lot of money for himself, get himself locked up for a long-term contract. Awesome. That'd be great. It could get Team Liquid some good money too, which might help them in future negotiations with free agents and in this next offseason, which could really help them in the future as well. So in the end, I'm really, really happy. I think Dokla is going to be a great fit for Team Liquid Academy. Again, he's a guy with LCS experience. He wasn't that good when he played on Optic. He was one of the worst top laners in the LCS, if not maybe the worst top laner in the LCS. But again, we're not talking about LCS. We're talking about Academy. Some crazy stuff for him is he did end up in this solidified esports mess where the team didn't get paid or whatever. So Dokla's had a crazy year. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity with a legitimate organization that will, be paying and supporting him and everything. I do think this could end up being a little bit weird, because what if 2 weeks from now Alphari just comes back? Is Dokla just cut? Is this like just a couple week contract? Is Dokla going to end up somewhere else? But either way, it's still a chance for him to audition on the Academy stage to show other Academy teams and amateur organizations that he is good enough and that he deserves a spot and a contract, and maybe this can be the beginning of him working his way back up to the LCS. So in the end, I think the right thing was done in a lot of ways. Team Liquid needed another top laner. Jenkins needed some help. Dokla needs a place to perform. And obviously Alphari needs a little bit of a break, but this is what is going on. I think Team Liquid is finally making the right choices, finally making some good decisions, maybe a couple of weeks too late, but better late than never. Dokla is coming to Team Liquid Academy. Jenkins will be the starting top laner for the next couple of weeks, and that's really all we know for now. I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out in early July, but that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below. What do you think is going to happen in this situation? Do you think we're going to see Alphari back with Team Liquid this season? Do you think Jenkins is going to play the next 2 weeks, the next month, the next 2 months, rest of the year? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay updated on the latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!